High in the treacherous Swiss Alps, where snowstorms could bury trails and avalanches claimed lives without warning, the Great St. Bernard Hospice stood as a beacon of safety. Built around the year 1050 by monks, it sat near the Great St. Bernard Pass, one of the few routes through the mountains connecting Switzerland and Italy. Travelers often found themselves trapped in blizzards, disoriented, and close to death. To save lives, the monks bred and trained large, powerful mountain dogs, the ancestors of today's St. Bernards. Among all those noble rescue dogs, one name has stood the test of time: Barry. Barry lived at the hospice in the early 1800s, during the height of the Napoleonic Wars. Unlike the oversized St. Bernards of today, Barry was smaller, more agile, weighing about 90 pounds and built for climbing steep, icy slopes. He had a gentle face, expressive eyes, and a keen sense for danger. The hospice dogs were trained to locate lost travelers, buried beneath snowdrifts or stranded in whiteout conditions. Working in pairs, they used their keen sense of smell to detect people. And when they found them, they would dig through snow and bark loudly to alert the monks. Sometimes, one dog stayed with the victim, lying across their body to keep them warm, while the other returned for help. Barry proved to be exceptional. Records suggest that he saved over 40 lives during his service at the hospice. Travelers told stories of him leading them to safety through blizzards, or licking the faces of those on the brink of freezing to rouse them back to consciousness. Barry's most famous rescue, the one that became legend, involved a young boy. The child had been lost in the mountains and trapped inside an icy cavern. Barry found him, carefully crawled inside, and licked the boy's face to wake him. Once the boy stirred, Barry allowed him to climb onto his back. Slowly and carefully, Barry carried the boy all the way back to the hospice, delivering him to safety. This tale spread quickly across Europe, turning Barry into a symbol of compassion, courage, and loyalty. After more than a decade of service, the monks decided Barry deserved peace and comfort in his old age. Unlike many working animals of the time, Barry was not abandoned or forgotten. Instead, he was retired and taken to Bern, Switzerland, where he lived out his final years with love and dignity. When Barry passed away in 1814, the monks and the Swiss people mourned him deeply. He was preserved and placed in the Natural History Museum of Bern, where he still stands today, carefully maintained for over 200 years. Barry became a legend far beyond Switzerland. For generations, St. Bernards were nicknamed Barryhunden, Barry dogs, in his honor. Even today, the hospice keeps one St. Bernard dog named Barry at all times, continuing the tradition in remembrance of their most famous hero. The statue at the Cimetière des Chiens in Paris, inscribed with "Il sauva la vie à 40 personnes, il fut tué par le 41e." He saved the lives of 40 people. He was killed by the 41st. Immortalizes the myth surrounding him. While that tale of betrayal is more legend than fact, it underscores how Barry became larger than life, not just a dog, but a symbol of sacrifice and devotion. Barry was more than a rescue dog. He represented the bond between humans and animals, showing how loyalty and bravery can bridge worlds. In a time when survival in the mountains was uncertain, Barry was a beacon of hope. A reminder that even in the harshest conditions, compassion can save lives. Today, over 2 centuries later, Barry remains one of the most celebrated dogs in history. His memory living on, not just in statues and museums, but in the legacy of every St. Bernard that followed. Please like and subscribe for more heroic animals of old. Comment below to suggest your own.